Good evening. We are live on our Google Hangout with all the Dream Team, all the every team in DS Domination. It's a global thing. Everybody's involved, and we want to give you everything that came out of the event in where was it? Dallas, wasn't it? Dallas. In Dallas, so there was a load of things that were launched in DS Domination and Options Domination. Lots of different features, and you know, there's too much for one person to come on. So we've got a load of top leaders here in the industry in DS Domination. Starting on the left, we've got Aaron. We've got hey Aaron, how are you doing? Go on, have a word for a minute.
Hey there, Steven. Thanks for bringing me on. Yeah, out in Dallas this past weekend, we had an absolute ball. Still recovering, as you can hear. I don't have much of a voice left. I don't think any of us out there have a voice left. We had an amazing time, lots of good energy, lots of stuff for those of you that are out there that are in the UK. We got some big surprises for you guys. Lots of new stuff. We got Oberon down there. She's the token UK gal now. So yeah. So she's got some exciting stuff to share for you guys. Also, that's for me. Go ahead, back to you, Steve.
Okay, and well, I'll move straight on. Carly, how are you doing? Good to have you in the house. Did you have a good event?
I'm excited to be here. I had an absolute blast at the event. So much new content. I can't even. I'm actually speechless with so much of everything on all the different levels. It was absolutely incredible. Definitely.
Yeah. And let's move on. Jesse, can you hear us? Can you speak at the moment?
Just his mic's not working, I don't think. Try, Jess. Let's see.
Go on. Oh, we'll move on to. Oh yeah, go on then. Jesse, how are you doing?
No, it's not working.
He's not on. Okay, well, just shout when you're ready. Kenya, Alexandra, how are you doing?
Hey, good, Steve. How you doing?
Very good. It's good to see you over here.
Yeah.
Good to be here. Thanks for inviting us on.
That's wicked. Did you have a good event, and did you actually get to stop speaking at any point, or was it just constant?
Constant, nonstop, but it was awesome. We had a great time, and it was fun to meet a bunch of people in person, and just the excitement and the content, the training that was given. It's just a completely different ballgame now, so we're pretty excited, yeah.
Yeah, just like so much information, like sitting in front of a fire hydrant and just trying to take in as much as you can at one time, and you just get blasted. So it was awesome. We're excited about the future of DSD 2.0, and I mean, it's going to be a big moneymaker for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I hear. Oberon, you went all the way from where? Where do you live? Grimsby.
Yeah. Let's not mention Grimsby.
All the way over to the States. How was it for you?
It was fabulous. I mean, I got to see so many people that I've maybe only just seen on Facebook, or that I know of, but I've never actually managed to sit down and have a conversation with. And of course, reconnected with all the people I met in Vegas last year, and it was just amazing. I tell you what, start putting £100 away this month for next event, because if you miss out, you miss out. It was amazing. It was brilliant.
Yeah, wicked. Trent, how you doing, man?
Sorry, it took me a minute to unmute my mic. I'm doing awesome, Steven. I appreciate you having us out. And yeah, guys, if you missed the event, I know there's people on this Hangout that are in the company, and then there are people that are looking at the company. The people that are in the company, you guys missed out some really good stuff. As you're seeing in your back offices, is all the awesome new stuff that's rolling out. The thing that never ceases to amaze me, though, is like I said this at the event. You see so many different people on Facebook, and you see their screenshots of their all of the success and stuff that they're having, but it really drives it home, like when you stand there in person and talk to these people, and they tell you the kind of money that they're making, people quitting their full-time jobs and moving to Belize. I mean, there's just all kinds of awesome stories that we heard over the weekend. And for those of you that are in the business, I don't know if you're noticing, like I am, how fast things are moving. Like all of the trainings, are being updated literally like every few hours. Like, you know, somebody says, hey, we need this back there. It's back there. It's like a whole new direction that we're going. It's just so fast and streamlined. I'm stoked to see where everything's going, and that's my excitement level right now. I'm with everybody else, though. I'm kind of lacked on sleep and stuff right now, so.
Very good. Yeah, I think you go to these events, and you just don't sleep for like 4 or 5 days, whatever you're there. It's a fairly intense environment, but it is because you don't want to sleep. You don't want to miss any conversation. You don't want to miss any little dinner with somebody or a trip to the snack bar or wherever, you know, with these people that you're connecting with. They're fantastic events. And you know, who should we thank for that? Should we thank Mr. Hitesh for putting things on? Is it Hitesh? You are live?
Yeah, I am here. Yes, I was muted, and I don't think you need to thank me. There were actually event coordinators that were hired for it, so you can thank them for the event.
I thought you would be putting out all the chairs.
Actually, you know what? There were some chairs that I did pull out, so I guess I deserve partial credit for that. No, I think the people to be thanked for the event are the leaders that you see on here, the leaders who weren't able to make it on right now, and of course all the members, because that's what our company actually is. That was our whole perspective, even going in and creating DSD 2 to become what it is becoming, is very much that we are not, you know, 3 or 4 faces that run this whole thing. This has actually been shaped very much by the entire community. In fact, majority of the trainings, even before DSD 2, were contributed by a lot of the other people who were actually running these things, actively looking at them. They would report to us and say, you know, there's something wrong here or something needs to be fixed here. And you know, at times we weren't as quick as we would like to be, but we wanted to recognize the fact that this is a joint effort. It's been shaped by these leaders. It's been shaped by all of our members. There are tremendous people like Matt McCormick is just one example. Sean Agnew is just one example of people who have been in here doing really well and have really contributed for a tremendous period of time. So we are it's basically now just becoming public knowledge. It's not you know, that big of a change. Now, obviously, the major change that we made that I think I can take a little bit of credit for and be sincere on is all the automation side of things, because that has been something that I think will be very transformative for a lot of our users and will be fun. And there's some cool little tricks that you find out once you're looking into the code of these places, because they'll tell you exactly what they want from the end user. So that's really what we have done, and I honestly am very thankful that even the UK users who actually showed up, because it takes tremendous amount of effort to come overseas, and I know I've traveled overseas a whole lot. It takes a lot of effort to show up from, you know, across the seas, and I really, really appreciate it. And I didn't appreciate being yelled at by Oberon as much, but overall,
bags as well. I brought tea bags.
I did get the tea, so you know that was my one little takeaway from it. That was, you know what, I guess we are okay now. But yeah, it's been a tremendous thing just to observe. You know, it happens every single time. Whenever we discuss an event, I'm always like, do we really need to do an event? Does it really benefit our user base? And this time around, I was actually thoroughly convinced that it actually was beneficial to our users. So it was kind of transformative for me, at least personally, in that it kind of changed my views and my take on things as well. So, but anyways, you know, enough chatter out of me, because the guys with really strong value and all that good stuff are actually sitting right here, and these are the people you should really be interviewing far more than me.
Well, okay. Well, let me just touch on that, because there is somebody that's just popped in the room, Sean Agnew, that his training, Sean, we haven't said hello just yet, but your training, I saw a comment today, and it was, I've been going through Sean's training in Monopoly, and I've got a crush on Sean Agnew. So you've got at least one fan anyway. I don't know if you met any other fans at the event, but how about that?
Yes, somebody.
Before you get too happy, Sean, it's a guy.
He'll
That's
take
okay.
it. He'll
That's
take
okay.
it.
I don't discriminate. You know, whoever wants to be a fan of Sean is good. But yeah, I'm just excited that people are getting value out of it, and I don't want to take all the credit because I know Nikki Witherspoon, who's not here, I don't see. Yeah, she contributed a lot to the Amazon stuff as well. In fact, you know, probably more than half the Genesis stuff comes from her too. So. We just saw a lot of gaps in the Monopoly training and the Genesis training, and we worked really well together to identify them and address them quickly. And yeah, I've been getting a ton of good feedback on that, and not just on the Amazon side, but people are loving the new eBay stuff from Kenya and Jesse and Dion and Nate. And you know, like Hitesh said, we have a really strong community around us. We have a really strong group of leaders that are just committed to providing endless value to the user and making sure that the user gets the best information, the best software possible. And you know, we're already starting to see some people get some results from the new training. I mean, I had some people just getting sales already like an hour after watching my training. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, just happy that DSD 2.0 is launched, and looking forward to having some more super fans sending you some messages over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, if I can highlight one fact, Sean really likes being praised. So if you could please keep the comments going on Facebook and so on, just it just is like, I think that's one of the fulfilling points of his otherwise empty life.
Come on now. If you didn't notice, the very first thing I did was give credit back to another person, which is the Canadian way. We always like to credit others instead of crediting ourselves.
Oh, please stop it. Come on. Nobody's learning. Yeah. Nobody's learning.
On a serious note, Sean's stuff is definitely one of the highlights, because that was one of our, I think, one of the places that we really lacked was in the Amazon training, being taught in a way of a user who has just begun and taking it to success. One of the things that a lot of people have a difficult time understanding is, on the internet, you could have been a superstar in a particular niche, 3 years ago, and you'd be completely irrelevant at this point. So you need people who are actively doing it from beginning to end right then. There are things that I started out on. For example, I did very well on various PPC campaigns when I first started out. I don't have the same story of I started online, I lost all this money, and eventually I was successful. I started out, my very first campaign in PPC did great. Have been profitable since then. But I could not pretend like I'm this great AdWords expert today, because the platform was so different back then. You just cannot compare the two. So if somebody started out 4 or 5 years ago on something and they did well, it kind of loses that touch over time. So we needed somebody who was just starting out and was experiencing it as a new user for the first time, because there's a lot of stuff that somebody who's experienced can teach and go through, but it's hard for them to capture how a new user in this environment would experience it, or how they would feel about it at the moment. So that was one of the interesting things too, just because from Sean's perspective, like he said at the event, was when I first started out, I almost lost my account because some of the things didn't apply the same way. And we weren't fast enough to update those things. We weren't fast enough to bring those things out to the fore. And it's beautiful just seeing that happen. And same even on Elite side. Like if you watch the video, I know Nate and Dion spent a lot of time on making it look cool and all that stuff. But if you actually just drill down to the content itself, it's the same thing. It's tremendous how strong it is and how good it is now.
So Hitesh, what's this this big conflict that you and Oberon had? Because it's legendary now, and it's only been a few days. What actually happened, and what were the points that came across, and what did you take on board and implement for the UK?
Well, she basically showed up, and she had a grenade with her, and I was, essentially she came over and she wanted to confirm that we had specifically paid attention to the UK side of things, because a lot of the things that we had earlier, we could pay lip service to, right? We could say, oh yeah, internationals can work this. Yes, UK people can work this. And I think it does take some moral character to say, yeah, we said this, but it really wasn't the case. You know, a lot of the times, I think the international people had different struggles, which had to be addressed. And you can't fault anyone, right? Because it's hard for anybody who's doing the trainings to be sitting over here and try and figure out what somebody else in UK is experiencing. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Auburn showed up and she said, you know, I'm going to hold you hostage until you get all this UK stuff out and pay me $15,000 a month to do so. And I'm kidding. She did not say anything like that. She actually came up. She said, I want to make sure that this is good for the UK people. And I explained to her that this is the direction we have taken. And one of our big emphasis has been on the UK side. So there's actually a bunch of different stores that are already integrated with that are UK only. Auberon went through that list. She said, you know, there's some more that I can give you and I can test these out and so on. And she has already produced some tremendous content that UK users have already been using, right? So there are members from UK who joined DS Domination and experience the same thing like, you know, Sean was describing earlier, where there are some gaps or things that are not applicable to UK members. So Auberon goes out of her way, produces all these videos and produces new content and teaches members through her own experience on what to do there. And we looked at that and said, this is incredible, and we would like to bring this out to everybody who is in DSD, who is in the UK, or anybody who wants to join DSD eventually down the road. So that is essentially what happened. There was no conflict. I think what it is that she likes my wife more than she likes me, and that's just the reality of it, which is fine. I'm okay with that. And so she brought this tea over, and she was like, here's tea, and it's just for Rachel. It's not for you. And I was offended about that. But by and large, I think we sorted it out. I think we are on good terms now, and in another couple of weeks, I think we'll be on great terms once we get all of this very UK-specific training and all of the UK-specific integrations, everything out there.
So maybe I should throw it over to Auberon now for your side of events. What actually happened?
Well, I hardly had to threaten him at all, which was good. Basically, my mission to Dallas was to make sure that the content worked for us in the UK because, you know, as everybody knows, we've had some special challenges. Obviously, you know, every country outside the US has its own specific challenges. And, you know, I see them every day from our members. So I thought, you know what, I've got the opportunity to go to Dallas. So, you know, I'm going to make sure that not only do I throw tea at everybody and remind them who's boss, but, you know, I need to make sure this lot works for us as well, that we're given this consideration that we haven't had so far, you know, for whatever reason. We've, you know, it's been tricky to, you know, we're such a company like DS, we're getting so big and, you know, it's hard to give attention to every single, you know, issue, but it's really nice that now we've got all this stuff that's going to work out the box with no more workarounds, no more having to go, well, you've got to kind of do it like this and you've got to kind of cheat the system a bit, and we don't have to do that. Out the box, it's going to work, and that's brilliant. And once I untied Hitesh and took the gag out of his mouth, he was able to tell me all of this. It was awesome. He hardly squealed or cried at all. He was like such a man about it.
Fine. Thank you for covering for me. I will admit, I did squeal a little bit, and I was scared, but terrified I think is more appropriate. But
I'm 5'2". I can't really scare many people. I can just, you know, intimidate them from a distance.
It's the accent. It's the accent. I'm like, oh no, she's gonna colonize India all over again. But
I promise not to at the moment.
Yeah. No, all in all, she was extremely gracious about it and was wonderful. She obviously, I think everybody in UK already knows. Not everyone in UK, but everybody in DSD in UK. Is aware that she is kind of a treasure chest of knowledge. She has actually gone through and produced a lot of this content and helped out a lot of users. So it's all on the exact same lines of what is happening in DSD 2 as a whole. We are doing the same thing for the US members, and so we're doing the same thing for UK members, and we'll eventually actually be doing the same thing for other overseas users as well. We had a really intense brainstorming session actually about 4 a.m. After the event, trying to figure out some more things and nail down some more things that we want to do for international members, because we want to avoid, you know, issues with PayPal holds or so on and so forth for them. So we actually have some really cool stuff coming out that even some of the members right now, some of the panelists on here, don't know about. So we're kind of excited because I like to surprise these guys, especially Sean. Whenever we can get Sean with something that Sean's like, oh, I didn't know about that, that's very, very useful. In fact, I actually quoted Sean when today he said, oh, I agree with Hitesh. I have it coded, I have it saved on my computer, I can just blast it out whenever I need to.
You won't use that maliciously, will you?
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
You won't use that maliciously, will you?
Yes,
there is no other way to use it. That is the only way I intend on using it.
The second I put that in the Skype chat this morning, I realized it was a big mistake.
Yeah. It is now in every Skype chat that I'm in.
You did actually copy and paste it in every single room that we are all a part of. You probably
I did.
You probably pasted in rooms that I'm not even a part of. You were so proud that
Absolutely.
you got me to say that. Yeah.
I individually message it to every contact I have.
Okay.
Well, hang on. Let's just. There's a lot of people watching here, so if you're watching, down below in the comments on the YouTube channel that you've been given, there's a comment section there. So leave any questions, feedback, tell us where you are in the world. I know there's people in the US, there's people in the UK, there's people all over the world. So tell us where you are. Put in some comments in that little chat box, and then we will try and get them back to you. If you want a burning question for Hitesh, get him while he's on here, because it might be short. And we will go from there. And if everybody can talk about, I've just lost my train of thought. Anyway, it's because I read Trent's comment down there. Trent, tell us about the affiliate side of things. What's in it for people now? Has it changed? I know people knew about the affiliate program before. DS Domination, it's not primarily focused for the affiliate, because you can make so much money drop shipping. So tell us, focused about the affiliate side and what's going on.
Yeah, actually one of the things that I noticed at the event that I thought was really cool, me personally, I'm really big on the affiliate side, and I have dabbled in the product. My wife actually does a lot of the eBay stuff, and she had to stop here a few months ago, but she's getting ready to get back into it. But one thing that I noticed at the event, which I thought was really awesome, is you had a lot of top affiliates standing up there on stage with these big checks, and then you would look across the way and you would see somebody that strictly did nothing but the product, the e-commerce side of the house, and they were having checks bigger than like us big affiliates out there holding our big checks. So there's a lot of validity in that, being able to look across the stage and see tons of checks and know that like those are e-commerce alone checks. Like there were some checks that were a combination between affiliate income and e-commerce or whatever, but that should give you a lot of really awesome things, in your mind to, as far as what we have for training and stuff. I mean, it's just awesome that the training's working, and the thing that I like now is since we have the community approach and everybody's kind of putting their best foot forward with the things that are actually working, out in the field right now, it does nothing but strengthen the company. And back to the affiliate side, for those of you that are affiliates, there's going to be more affiliate training from people like me and myself and Josh Jacobs, showing you stuff that absolutely works to get people in your business. And so, I mean, from all sides of the house, from the e-commerce side to the affiliate side, there's just so much great value and stuff coming forward. It's the information that's working right now. It's the information that has made the people that you saw on the stage those big checks. And the thing that's great is if something like is broken, it's automatically fixed like within a second, like I was mentioning earlier. So I just wanted to touch on that. I just think that's awesome that the people are crushing it with the product side. I mean, you don't have to recruit a soul in here, to go and make a full-time income. In fact, some people that I talk to that are moving and stuff to go to Belize, I mean, they're like full-time e-commerce people. So it's just really incredible. Sorry, I'm losing my voice the more I talk over here.
Hey, Trent.
Yeah.
Trent. Yeah, I mean, I can go into that a little bit too. I'm on the affiliate side also. I've dabbled some in the product side too, but mostly on the affiliate side. And going further with the affiliate side is if you're an affiliate, like Trent said, there are people up there with checks that were some of the product people, there are checks larger than the affiliates, which to me is actually a great thing that makes me feel good as an affiliate that I'm promoting a great product. Because as an affiliate, if you're not promoting a great product, eventually your affiliate money is going to go away anyway. So basically, as an affiliate, there was some stuff added to the compensation plan, which is now bringing us into I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice, which is now bringing us into a transactional company too, where us as an affiliate are incentivized to help our team more, our downline, our team, the people that we bring in more, and essentially them as a product person using the product and selling on either Amazon or eBay, we're going to get a little piece of the action on every sale that they make, which is amazing for us as an affiliate, where we're going to get a little piece, and those little pieces get larger as the product continues to perform as it should, and as they add stuff in to enhance the product side even more, and those people keep making more and more money, and us as an affiliate, we're actually going to be really making money from the product side and those that are using the product side. So that's really interesting to me as well.
So how does it compare to a lot of other type of internet marketing type of online opportunities?
There's nothing that has, and with no BS and no hype, there is nothing that has anything like this. Where you have the transaction side, and then you have a side where you're getting paid from a subscription based as well. And as the transaction side grows, as the person that you're showing to be more successful and more successful grows, you're earning a bigger paycheck as an affiliate. So for me, that's exciting. That obviously your income is not capped as an affiliate, and your income is not capped either as a product user. So a little bit touch on a little bit of what Trent said, because I think this needs to be hammered home too, is that this is now a community-based company, project, community, and everything in there is what's working right now. So what's working right now doesn't mean to say that that's going to be working next month or next week or maybe even in a few days from now, because everything is so ever-changing. But us as a community, as we continue to grow, we're going to continue to add and adjust everything. And I see Nikki just joined us, but we're going to continue to adjust and keep everything updated as to what's working right now. Which you guys got to mute out. As to what's working right now, because that's going to enhance and make our product even better. So I mean, everybody wins here. You have the user that wins, the product user or the member. We're bringing in a special stuff from the UK, which Oberon put together, which is going to make it so that the UK is now part of things and not this outside stepchild, so to speak. So that will be amazing for you guys. And then the company is going to continue to grow, because there is so many more people, members, users that are in the UK than I ever thought. I had no idea, but now I do. So I mean, that's exciting for me too. And I'll stop talking because I'm losing my voice. So back to you, Stephen.
Wow. Well, let's go to Nikki. How are you doing? You have to unmute your microphone.
Hey, we're good.
We're good. I heard from the event that you did some special training for people. Just tell people that aren't aware of what you do.
Text from unknown sender to hear it. Say listen.
Phone going mental. Sorry about that. Yeah, tell us your expertise and what was your training on?
It started off with a small, intimate gathering at a local store on a Friday, and it was so popular that we we managed to fit it again on Sunday. I mean, just a few extra people.
Just a few.
Just a few. 200 people. What's 200 people here or there in a small store? It worked out good. Everybody had a really good time, and we wanted people to understand that it's totally doable, that people join the business at completely different levels, and people like to go and scan, and of course with the Amazon Seller app, it's available in the UK now. Not bad. So you can actually use the same concept that we do here in the US. It's available in India, Japan, Germany, Spain, France, Italy, United Kingdom. It's available everywhere now, that you can do the exact same scanning that we do. And so now it's open to everybody.
It really is. And Trent and a few of the other panel members were talking about the power of DSD and the platforms that we have. and the affiliate side of things, affiliate side of the house, and those awesome checks that you guys had up there for affiliates, some for product arbitrage and things like that. I mean, and the diversity in what we can do and what we can present. I mean, our check was solely for FBA, you know, so there's very little, if any, affiliate side. We don't recruit. I mean, we really don't recruit at all. It's not our forte. She did money and I did security, so recruiting was just not something that we could do. But we both could do. We both could go out shopping, you know. So
I can shop.
it was a good thing. So yeah, the diversity and the different ways that you can make money is awesome, and it's incredible.
Yeah, well, Nikki, I've seen your shopping carts. You don't leave any room in there, do you? No gaps.
He gets embarrassed sometimes because I'll make him go back and get another cart.
Yeah, it gets crazy. It really does. And then bringing it home, and then the whole floor is just covered with stuff.
So, give us some, you know, size. What's the biggest shopping trip that you've ever done?
I think the biggest shopping trip we did, it kind of, they're all kind of big.
Yeah, during Q4, I would say was really the biggest surge. And because of the type of retail that we do, I mean, you know, we shop and basically we're getting China sourcing prices when we go shop so that we can get the bigger bulk, and we're picking those items based off of their profit margin for us. So I mean, we're buying
dollar items, $5 items. I mean, we could go to a dollar store and literally
like
spend
$3,000. 3,000 easy, and then going to Five Below and hitting some of our other stores and just buying massive quantities of items. I mean, maybe sometimes our shipments to FBA, and you've seen the stacks of boxes on our website. We're sending in like 10,000 items, so going to different warehouses, it gets quite hectic.
We do China source as well, so we don't just do arbitrage. We have 17 branded products as well. So I mean, we do a nice healthy mix of each one. But of course, it takes a while to get your Genesis traditional items to your house. So in the meantime, to satisfy our shopping addiction, we just go
this one.
Whatever. We go and make up for that at the local stores. And I mean, there's constantly inventory on our floor. You do not want to see a picture of our inventory room right now. There's stuff everywhere. But it's fun. It keeps you busy. It keeps you occupied. It throws a little bit of a change in there. So you're not just doing pure drop shipping. You're not just doing pure sourcing from China. It kind of keeps your day filled with different activities. So there's no monotony in it. You don't have an opportunity to get bored or complacent because there's always a box in your face that needs to go to Amazon.
So is this you're talking about really big numbers, but where did it all start? Where was the first incentive to get going?
Was $73. We went to Dollar Tree. It was about 70 items. Add a little bit in there for tax, but we started off our entire FBA shipping process with $73, 70 items, and that's where it began. And I mean, from there, it just kind of exploded because we had zero desire to go back to our previous employer. So this was going to work for us. It has worked for us, and it became a goal of ours to show everybody else that you do not need to have, $1 million in the bank to get this business started. You can literally start with $70 or even less. Some of our team members have started off with like $10. Yeah. Just get the shipments moving. Just get comfortable with it. And we needed people to know that there's a wide range of starting platforms that you can go from. So it's out there.
And it started right after that Vegas event. On the way home, she literally hit every Dollar Tree. We hit Kenya's neighborhood.
Her old neighborhood, right?
Her old neighborhood. So, I mean, she wasn't discriminating. She was whatever state, whatever city that we stopped in that had a shopping center with a Dollar Tree, we were in it. And it was quite crazy driving home.
There was no room in the car. I was in the back seat like this.
Very good. Well, I better go on down the line here. We've got Kenya and Alessandro. So Tell us some more of the things that came out of the event for you guys. What did you pick up on?
You'll have to excuse if you hear a siren. They've got some kind of tornado warning siren going off. There's no bad weather. They're just, I think, testing or something.
Yeah.
So if you hear that, sorry, I can't help it.
Yeah. Well, Stephen, what I really love, what I loved about the event, first of all, was just kind of reiterated and just kind of reassured that you don't have to go out there and recruit. I mean, we do have great recruiting, and it's easy to recruit into this, but what's exciting is I could tell family, friends about this, and they could make money on the customer side. And that's what's so amazing about this company, is that it's really customer driven in a sense. Now it's even more customer driven because you don't have 1 or 2 or 3 people at the top making all the decisions. Now it's like, hey, we got some feedback from the field, and they're saying that we need to do this or we need to do that, and it goes into the team here, and everyone makes those changes. And that's what's awesome about this company, is that from the customer side, if I decide to never recruit a single soul into this business, I know that I can make money sitting in front of my computer based on the training that's in the back office.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with all of that, as well as everything else I've heard so far. But I really love the idea of a community coming together, and because there's no possible way for one individual person to keep up with everything that goes on and all the changes and different countries, and there's just no way. So to have the opportunity to come together with other leaders that are in there doing the work online in e-commerce and collaborating together and really bringing the most current information to people as possible. So not only that, but just getting to see everybody, having Kevin Thompson there, who is the attorney, actually say that he asked people in the audience. He said, "How many of you are making money in this business?" And everybody, got excited and raised their hand. And he said, "I would never ask that question if I were speaking for another audience." And that's just why, because you don't get that kind of response. So that was awesome. And this is getting louder and louder, but
it's only small to us. It's only a small sound.
Okay, good. So just that, and man, people were excited when they went out with Nikki and Parrish. It's just very cool. I think people are intimidated by scanning because they go out and they're like, "Oh, I went scanning and nothing came up with a profit." And so they really got to get to that hands-on training, and we're just going to keep getting better and better from here. Every event in the future, we're going to do, it's just going to keep improving, just like this event was a lot better than the last event in Vegas. So moving forward.
And also, Steve, I don't know if you knew this, but 13 or 14 people basically got a jump start to their FBA business, completely funded, paid for by DS Domination, and then it got to take the expertise advice of all the people like Sean and Jesse and everyone else, and Parrish and Nikki on the FBA, get the expert advice to jumpstart their business fully funded. I mean, I don't know any other company that would even do that. I mean, yeah, there's companies out there who will give you a car and stuff, but I mean, we're talking about building wealth.
Who wants a car that, you get a car and you have to pay taxes on it, and then it depreciates, and it's just, you lose value there. But what DSD has done, and excuse me, the prizes that they gave, it's something that can create. I mean, they're not only getting the product and all that, but they're getting the training. So they're able to create a lasting, legacy wealth build, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I mean, you just, how much is that worth? A fortune.
Oh,
it's
hundreds
worth
of thousands, maybe even millions in the long run.
It's worth as much as they're going to get the starter product, and it's worth as much as they want it to be worth, depending on what they put into it.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I did see that. Brilliant.
If there's something I can point out about that, actually, is for me, one of the things we really tried to highlight the entire conference, the entire event was about us saying, look, we're not an MLM company. We are not a company that's about go out, recruit people or anything like that. It was entirely about saying, this is how confident we are on the e-commerce side and how confident we are in our member base. That even as a company itself, we are going to make the success of our members our primary income source. That we are so confident that our members are doing well that as a company and an affiliate side, we only generate income when our members are making money, which no other company in the world can do right now. There's literally nothing else out there that's going to say, oh, we are only going to make money when our coffee makes you money. You know, that just doesn't happen. So between that as well as on the FBA side, the reason why we are happy to give that and fund that for other members is because we know that they'll be successful and we will get a portion of that. So we're not just setting up an income stream for them, we're also setting up the income stream for our entire team that's helping them and participating in that. So for us, the whole event was about trying to highlight that, look, we are not about getting you here and then hyping you up, manipulating you emotionally, and making you go out there and recruit your aunt and uncle into this thing. It was about showing you that, look, there is a genuine hope that if you guys actually put in the effort, we will do everything we can to fund it for you, to give you the tools for it, to give you everything for it at no cost, and we will only generate an income when you do. And the same thing on the affiliate side, that the affiliates only generate an income when you guys do. That just puts us in such a different category than anything else that exists out there in the traditional MLM world or even in an internet system. I think that's one of the things that we really like. And the same thing that's going to happen on the options domination side as well. You know, that we're going to come out with these managed accounts where we generate an income when our users generate an income, which again, you know, nobody does. And I think that to me was a big thing. Now, one thing that Kenia mentioned that I really want to highlight is, like I said, it was very transformative for me as well because I am the anti-MLM, anti-event, anti-emotions guy. Okay, that's just that's my thing. And my wife hates the anti-emotion part quite a bit. But overall, one of the things that I really want to turn each event into is the exercise that generates income for users. You know, the first day when Nikki and Parish came back, they said, you know, people really liked it. They want to do when we can do the next one. I was like, well, let's see if we can make it happen right now. And we kind of tried to make that happen, like on the spot. And these guys are awesome. I mean, they were on the phone with the managers and they coordinated so that worked out. Then the night before the event, and this is what I'm getting at. This is what the power of a community, right? The night before the final day of the event, before Sunday, so Saturday night, we had one member who didn't have a ride. She asked her valet, hey, is there a bus that goes from here? The valet and the person started talking. She comes to us and said, hey, you know, he says for $4,000 you can provide buses for everyone. And we were like, great, there we go, problem solved. So that's really kind of an example of what happens when you work together as a community, because this lady had no incentive. She just came to us and said, hey, I talked to this guy. I think you can organize buses for everyone. So we were able to organize buses. So when you work together, you can do things on the spot, where we were able to take 200 people to 2 stores. Nikki and Parish were able to coordinate it. And I think there's at least 20% of the users are already profitable. I mean, there were people posting stuff saying, oh, I've already made profits from my shopping trip, you know, within hours of that. So that was great, and that's really going to be what we're going to do in a more planned way at the future events. We're actually going to set up workshops on the FBA side and so on as well, so people can come in and they can actually package things together. We're going to set up the machine and everything else there that people saw the video of this time. So people can do everything together. You can go out to the strip. We're going to put up listings together. We're going to do all the stuff. We're going to have 1 hour where we're going to get as many listings as possible up for all of our attendees and things like that. So it was very much, it gave us this very good fresh energy to say, this is what users like, this is what they want. And even here's one thing that you guys might not know at all. So one of the most liked speakers was Mr. Ken Eggleston, who came on stage and talked. He was not scheduled to speak at all. Okay, he was not actually going to speak whatsoever at the event. He's just become a very good friend. He's been kind of observing us from the outside, and he was backstage, and he was saying all these incredible things about our user base, because everybody who sees our users is amazed, because they are just real average people, but they're getting really great results. They're extraordinary in the way they pursue things. and that's basically why he got up on stage and he actually gave a talk and talked about how great everything was. So I'm going to actually stop talking since I have kids in the background and also an ambulance. So I'm going to mute myself and now the phone. So you guys can take it from there.
I think you need to get an office. It's a bit chaotic in your.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm not at home. I'm still in New York, and we're still going through my son's treatment. So we're actually at the Ronald McDonald House, and I kind of don't have a choice right now.
Busy place. Okay, so Carly, can we go over to you and tell us a bit more about what you got from the event and what you can see DS Domination, the direction it's going in.
Well, I have to say that I was absolutely blown away at the event. The quality of training, with especially everyone here on this panel, working together to give the user the top quality training for success was amazing. And as far as the event goes, getting to hang out with everybody was so awesome. Absolutely had a blast, met people that I only knew on Facebook. Lots of pictures taken, lots of videos. And what I can tell you is, personally, I've been through some of the training, and I just have to say, Genesis training is off the hook. I absolutely loved every bit of it, and I'm just blown away at the quality of training in 2.0. I can't even explain it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was worth making the journey to the event, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Get that
10 times over. Definitely.
Very good. So, let's, we got Matt in the house. Is your speaker working, Matt? In fact, is
Hey,
your
Stephen, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Awesome. How you guys doing?
Very good. Now,
All right.
tell us, Matt, what's your story? Because, I mean, most people will know you, but there might be like one person that doesn't know your story, what you've done, what you've managed to accomplish with DS Domination. And,
Yeah,
and maybe throw in your age into that as well.
Right. So, well, I guess a few days ago nobody knew who I was, and then I walked in and Hitesh said, "Oh, you're going up on stage," and I said, "What?" What? And well, then I couldn't walk down the hall after that without hi, Matt. So still definitely getting used to the new fame. I'm not quite used to that yet. But my results with the SD is basically started way back in the beginning, August 2013. Came all in, started with on eBay for a while. I've moved into Amazon mainly. I do about $120,000 to $130,000 in sales a month right now on Amazon, about $12,000 to $15,000 a month in profit. So that's my angle, being the monopoly guy, I guess. As far as the event, it was obviously my first time, working behind the scenes and meeting all the leaders. And I think I met Kenya at the last one for maybe 5, 6, 7 seconds. And got to hang out with her a little bit more this time. And all of the leaders, Aaron doesn't like it up on stage, but I dragged him up there once. So we got a picture. And other than that, it was definitely cool seeing how it all worked behind the scenes and meeting all the leaders and what they can all offer. And hey, I've hit up Nikki to help me with FBA too, so it's cool being one of the ones behind the scenes, but I get to take advantage of it a little bit as well. So hey, the event was amazing, and definitely can't wait to the next one.
So tell us a bit about this check that you got.
Yeah, it's scheduled to be delivered by FedEx on Friday, so looking forward to that. But 154,000 maybe, I think that was the number on it.
What was that though? How break it down? What was that for?
Oh, okay, yeah. So probably 80% of that was Monopoly money, and then I make just enough on the affiliate side to pretend I know what I'm doing. Is basically how.
When you say Monopoly money, people might think that it's like money.
All right, bad phrase. So Amazon drop shipping, basically all from Amazon drop shipping. It is real money. The check, unfortunately, the bank wouldn't take that, but so it was real money at one point in time. But yeah, mostly all drop shipping. A little bit of affiliate money sprinkled in there.
So you're go right down to layman's terms, you're taking products and you're sending them into Amazon. You're sourcing products online, you're listing them on Amazon, and you're creating this incredible amount of money.
Exactly. I haven't done any FBA yet. Well, I did once. I used I told Hitesh he released a little scanning app at like 3 a.m. one day, and I was up, of course, because you guys all know I don't sleep now. So I was like, oh, I have to go find something to scan. So I walked in the kitchen, and first thing I found with the barcode was a little box of lemon bars, and you know, I had to wake my mom up, and I'm like, oh, how much are the lemon bars? And she's like, well, they were $3, right? And so I scanned them, and they came up like $19.89 or something on Amazon. I'm like, what? $19 for lemon bars, right? So I actually did go to Walmart the next day, and I bought 100 of them. The cashier thought I was a little weird, but bought 100 boxes of lemon bars, and those did sell out. I haven't done any FBA since, but that's my FBA story. So
it's not a bad way to start, is it?
Not at all. Not at all.
So what's your? I know you want to touch on the FBA stuff. What's your primary focus in DS Domination now? Because there are so many income streams, you can't possibly do everything. What would you?
Sure you can. Sure you can. You just pull the sleep back a little bit farther. Oh, Kenya's yawning, but that's okay. Yeah, a little less sleep, and you do a little bit more. But right now, I'm focusing on mainly Monopoly, the Amazon drop shipping, and then Options Domination. I've been doing quite a bit with the trading side of things too. So.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it?
Definitely.
I think we should touch on these questions. Aaron, do you want to say what they are and then address whichever one you want?
Yeah, a question came in that said, is the training available to the event only available to the event attendees right now? And that answer is no. Sorry about that. The training is available to everyone. If you're a current DS Domination user, you would log into your back office and you would see that everything is updated there, and you would see what's available for you. I'm in Bulgaria, and I'm really interested in DS Domination 2.0. Is it going to work for internationals? The UK, Australia, and several other international locations are going to work with nothing extra except for Oberon's amazing training. But my phone is making some noises. But the Bulgarian market, there is some interesting advancements in how the internationals are going to work, and I know that Matt is beta testing this stuff right now, actually helping beta test and helping and set it up with Hitesh. And I don't want to go into it too much because I don't know too much, but it's going to open up the international market basically anywhere, using some software and some bridges that are put together by the company, so that anybody anywhere can basically do this from anywhere in the world, and they're not going to have their own. I'm sorry about that. They're not going to have their own eBay account or their own PayPal account, but it will work from anywhere for anyone. So basically that's as far in as I'm going to go into that, because I don't know, unless Hitesh is still here, I don't know when that's going to be released. I know that they're testing that right now. That's really exciting, because then anybody anywhere, and me as an affiliate, then I can basically bring in anybody anywhere with confidence that they'll be able to do this with no issues. So
do you like that?
Yep. We're currently actually scheduled to roll that out sometime in mid-August, because we'll have our Amazon automation rolled out by then, and we'll have plenty of time beta testing by then as well. And so we're basically going to have a whole section devoted to international users, and it won't just be the software side. There will also be better training on there as well. So there'll be more defined training for internationals, the software automation for the internationals, as well as ability for international members to post without an eBay or PayPal account if needed. And they'll also have another sales platform that we're working on right now that we're getting some extremely good numbers on, that will allow them to sell without eBay whatsoever. And so they can build up their eBay account slowly over 3 to 4 months while they focus on other sales platforms in the meantime. So there's a whole lot coming out that we didn't even announce at the event yet.
Yeah, I mean, basically there was also a what Hitesh is alluding to in this selling platform, which to me was pretty amazing. Is sometimes there, when you first start out, there may be a PayPal hold, the infamous PayPal hold. Well, when you go to this other selling platform, there is no selling hold, because the selling hold is actually implemented, which I did not know, by eBay, not PayPal itself. So when you move to other selling platforms, that hold goes away, since it's really not PayPal itself. I'm echoing, aren't I?
It's not.
Okay, so basically, it's a PayPal hold is from eBay, not PayPal itself.
Yeah.
Let me see. Any other questions? Is there any other questions?
Isn't it? It's very distracting for yourself if you get that echo, but we can't hear it.
Okay, Trent, is there any other questions on there, bud?
Yeah, I can hear the echo as well.
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay. Right. Let me just say, there's people that are watching, or you guys there that are watching. Type your questions into the boxes down below. I haven't had a chance to have a look at the questions because I'm focused on this. But if you can give shouts out, people that are on the panel that are watching the questions, give a shout out, and then we'll post your questions in here as well, because it's nice to have your interaction and then see if this is valuable to you. If you want to do this again, let us know in the chat box down below.
Okay. I just heard from Trent there's no questions currently, so go ahead.
Okay,
He's monitoring.
So can we move on to options domination? What's the rollout there? What's happening? Any improvements? Any adjustments? Who wants to speak on that?
Hitesh, you still out?
Yeah, I'm here. If you guys can all mute yourself so there's no echo.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so the problem with options domination, which is really not really a problem, it's more of a blessing, is it's so simple as it is that there is not much more of a simplification possible. I mean, you basically just get on a live session and you do, what is recommended if you find that to be agreeable. So it's already at that point where there is not a whole lot that you need to do. Now, one of the big reasons why Kevin Thompson wanted to talk as well, and wanted to go over the legal aspect of things, is that we actually have started the process of getting registered with the SEC. And we already have our NFA stuff pretty much finished up at this point. We're just waiting for the government side of things to be cleared up. I was able to show some of our managed account profiles and the results that we've gotten there. We're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 to 100% return per year on our individual accounts right now. I'm not saying that anybody else is going to be getting that. No guarantee of returns and all that good stuff. But we were able to show those profiles and explain that this is what we want to give to everyone. But we have to go through all the regulatory and conditions for that before we put it out there. On the actual signal side, you will notice that we actually took down the volume a little bit of the signals because there's less liquidity in the markets right now and so on with the summer. And we made a few other tweaks to the algorithms. There's going to be this indicator that I'm putting out there that is for our event attendees and for the VIP ticket holders actually. And then we're also going to be holding a lot more webinars. We're actually starting our whole education series, so we'll have webinars running consistently, covering every single aspect of it. We're also going to start running our affiliate webinars for options domination side every week. And we are actually introducing more live trading sessions as well. And we are about to actually introduce a change that I think will be very popular, where we are going to be giving live trading sessions to inheritance members as well. So inheritance members are going to get some live trading sessions, and we're going to increase the number of credits that enterprise level users get, as well as the number of credits that legacy members get. So those are the changes that are going to be rolling out over the month of June, and I think they should be very well received. The great thing was I got to speak with a lot of individuals who came up later, and they were talking about OD side and what they've been doing with it. And pretty much every single person who is consistently taking signals with some analysis or has been consistently attending live trading sessions, Matt I think is a great example, have been profitable so far, and some of them have been very incredibly profitable. So I'd maybe have Matt and Sean talk a little bit more about it than just me blabbering on and on, because they have actually done that, and my results don't really matter as much, because then people are like, well, he's from India and he knows math, so that's probably why. So let's see what Matt has to say about it instead.
Let's go for it, Matt. What have you got on options domination? Is it as good as Hitesh makes out to be?
Yeah. So again, I'm up all night anyway. So the live sessions are from 12:30 to 2:30, and I try to attend them pretty much every night. And so far, I've been hitting them hitting the trades at a 76% win rate. You need to hit about 56% to break even. So obviously 76 is way up there and extremely profitable. So the live trading's going really well, and looking forward to adding a morning session to that too, and doing 2 times a day and doubling up on that. As far as the actual signals go, I am at work all day long, so I don't get to take too many of them. They do seem to be pretty good, and I get to come home at night and look at them. And yesterday they were like 7 and 3 or something, and I didn't get any of them, and I was sad, but they are winning too. So Hitesh has all those numbers, but the live trading sessions are definitely killing it.
Yeah, well, what I've noticed is that I think that I'm an overthinker, and I was overthinking what options domination was all about for quite a while. There's a lot of training there, and like you said, Hitesh, it's really, really simple. So once I'd got my head around it, I thought, if I'm overthinking it, there's somebody that's even better than me that's actually just gone and done it straight away. So I put a video together for people to help them out, just understand the real simple mechanics of trading, and it's gone down really well. We've been getting up at 5:30 in the morning, me and my wife Helen, because that's what time it is in the UK for the live trading session. But it's been really, really good. It's been very profitable. We've enjoyed doing it. We're learning what trading is all about. And I think that when you get I heard a rumor somewhere that you're going to have a screen showing the trading taking place, what the trader is picking out. And I think that's really good. I'm really happy about that. I can't wait for that to roll out.
Yeah, that's actually another thing that people have recommended. We actually held a little beta test thing. Matt attended it, Sean did as well. And the problem with the webinar style. One second, let's see. So the problem with the webinar style for a trading session is that if you think it's boring right now to just have a blank screen, it's way more boring when you have a guy just sitting there with the screen open and not doing anything. Because then it actually demands your attention and you have to concentrate, but there's nothing actually happening. So what we are going to be doing instead, and this is the way that we wanted to do it originally, and kind of the ideas, we're working out the mechanics of it right now, is we have the trader issuing the trades, but at the same time you also get to see exactly what he's seeing on his charts, exactly why he's making the decisions he's making. But the reality of it is, this is not at all a commentary on our society, it's just that people want simple stuff. Right? People do not want to actually spend the time to understand trading stuff. And I don't blame them whatsoever. I understand it, and I still don't want to really do it all the time. So I think by and large, what people like about that is the simplicity of it, that they don't have to analyze it, they don't have to understand, they don't have to try and figure out the mechanics behind why this trader is making the suggestion that he's making. And that's really what the thrust has been all along. Within OD, and I think we did this we've been doing these little surveys of our users off of the help desk and things like that, and we've been collecting some data on what they actually say. And one of the things we did is we asked, do you want more education on this? And people said, yeah, we want more education, but only on how to take the trades better, how to take the signals better. When we asked about, do you want in-depth trading education about actually reading the charts and doing the analysis, trading itself, and very, very few people wanted that. And the people who wanted that are people who are already professional traders. So it was kind of like, well, we're training the people who already know how to do this. So we are going to do all that stuff. You're going to provide all that information, but for people who are on the fence going, oh, I don't know if I should join yet, maybe I should wait for all of these new things to roll out, you really, really are missing out on what is the simplest thing right now out there. I mean, it just really is so ridiculously simple. Dedicate 2 hours a day, get on the live trading session for 2 hours every single day, and that's it. That's essentially the summary of how you work with options domination, well. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, take the signals and do some analysis. Watch the videos and do that, and that's it. It's weird because it sounds so simple, and I'm the anti-hype guy, so I'm always talking about all the caveats, that make it actually more difficult, but it really is that simple. So it's kind of hard for me to even present it properly because it's like, I cannot spend 20 minutes explaining it. It's done in 3 minutes. I can't explain more than that. It's literally what you do.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Totally understand. You can't embellish for so long when it's just a do that, do that, do that. It's done. So we've got some questions about the all-in-one package, or the, what do you call that? The IDP. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, our naming sense. Let me mute it for one second. Yeah. So I think, as you can see by Genesis Easy and many other names that we have in DSD, naming our products is not our strongest suit by any means. So we have Genesis Dream, and we have Monopoly, which, like you said, is like Monopoly money. Like, why would you name a product that's about money? It's kind of weird. So we come up with this IDP, which is basically instant domination package, because we are gifted marketers, obviously. And what that is it's a very simple thing. It's not really an addition as a whole. It's really designed to make it easier for our members, because there are a lot of members who are currently juggling, 4 or 5 different subscriptions. They're trying to manage their affiliate side and their pro and elite and supremacy, and all these billings are going on at the same time. And it just is something that we give them to say, here, congratulations on making it to the point where you have elite and you have supremacy. Let us give you some stuff for free. Let us take some of your costs off. So it's basically a single monthly subscription. It reduces their costs. They pay less for all of the products combined. It's a combination of pro, elite, supremacy, and affiliate. And that's what it basically is. In general, that's what it does. Now, in addition to that, there are 2 very distinct advantages they get. One is a priority access to vendor surge, which we can talk about a little bit later. And the other one is a thing that is very hard for me to explain to a non-marketer, which is our digital product co-ops. And essentially what that is the ability to now participate in the commercial activity that happens on digital products, which we haven't even discussed so far, right? I mean, so far we've all been focused on making, a 10% or a 15% profit on physical products. And what we are now discussing is generating a 50% to a 75% profit on digital products. And this already goes on. Everybody knows it. DS Domination itself is a digital product. You are all by default participating in this economic activity as of right now, even if you don't realize it. And what we are doing is we're going out there. As many of you know, Kevin and I have a lot of experience with this. I've done a lot of launches in this space before. I was actually the biggest affiliate for quite a few different products for a while. And one of my big ideas behind growing DS Domination right in the beginning, one of the things that we wanted to do was that we would launch this in different ways out in the digital marketplaces. Now, instead of doing that, what we are doing is, now that we have the community behind us and the whole community thing is happening, we basically said to our members, like Trent, for example, or Josh Jacobs and so on, who have their own products, they have digital products and digital trainings. We say to them, look, why don't you submit that to us? We will go out there and put that in the marketplace. DS Domination as a whole currently is, like I said, one of the biggest groups of active, profitable users that exists on the internet. And when we pull off a launch like that, we look at anywhere between 4,000 to 5,000 extra sales over a week. And our IDP members basically get put in a rotation, so those sales get credited to them. Okay, so I kind of gave this little example. It's like me if I said, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to start selling bottled water on the Qatar airport because it's in the middle of a desert, right? So everybody knows I'm going to do well. And I'm just saying, if you're an IDP member, you get a little share of that business. Every bottle that gets sold is going to randomly be assigned to one of you. So if you see the profit generating potential there, you don't have to do anything. Just be an IDP member. We just want to make sure that you're doing well with your e-commerce business. That's all you need to focus on. We're just talking about this whole other sphere that exists out there that you get to benefit from. But this is one of the problems with explaining these things, right? Because I have to explain it so people know that it exists, but at the same time it confuses them because they start wondering what's this thing that he's talking about? That sounds too complicated. I don't even understand what he's saying, and people already don't understand me, so that's even worse. But in general, you don't have to do anything new. You can spend some time watching videos about it so you can understand exactly what it is. But starting somewhere in August, starting mid-August, you will essentially start generating an additional source of income, which would basically just show up in your PayPal account. Okay, you don't have to do anything for it. You just have to be an active IDP member, and that's it. You can just sit there and let the thing play out by itself on your behalf, and you can just relax. And so that's one of the bonuses of it. Now, I'm not in a position to tell you how big that is going to be. I think there'll be some people who will do very well with it, and some people who will just get enough to offset some of their fees. But it will happen, and that's what it's about. And since you guys are more experienced in the digital product space as well, maybe you can explain it a bit better than I can to somebody who doesn't quite understand that yet.
Is there a price tag on that at the moment?
No, there is none. You just have to. It's the opposite. Yeah, what we are saying is, if you actually pay us less, then you get this additional income source. And the reason you're paying us less is because somebody who is using Pro Elite Supremacy together, if you are at that point, you clearly have a successful e-commerce business. And because you have a successful e-commerce business, you are going to be a huge asset to us, since we are a transactional revenue company at this point. We are no longer just the training platform that charges people for the training. And because of that, we want to give you back something. And we can give that to you back in form of these savings and in form of additional income source. So you don't spend any money for it, and you don't do anything for it. We are giving you more money back, and we are trying to do something nice for you. And that's all it is.
Okay, cool. What were the? I know a lot of people are having issues with this blank screen and stuff. I know that you addressed it the other day that it was minimal amount of people. Is there any other little niggles that people might be having that you are addressing at the moment? Hitesh has gone quiet.
Yeah, he's muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was muted because we had suddenly a large increase in noise very intensely.
That's why.
So yes, so the thing with the widescreen was essentially it affected some users because of a design theme setting. We were able to address it very quickly, and that was one of the tricky things because we made it live right on 12 Eastern, like we said, but then I had to fly back as well, so I had to get to the airport and so on. But it was addressed. This is a great thing again. Between our leaders here and our development team, it was addressed within, I think, less than 12 hours. We had that issue handled and taken care of. We had some issues where the pro videos were out of order, and those were taken care of right away. We had one video where something was taught in a manner that was a little ambiguous for some users. We addressed that immediately. It was very, very quick, and that's how it's going to be. I mean, it's just constantly very, very quick. And now we have a couple little snags where if you bought the Instant Domination pack, Your affiliate, if it was previously active, might have gone inactive, but that's already been fixed as well. So those are some of, those are primarily the things that I can think of. I think you guys are complain at me. Go ahead. You all have a free pass. Go ahead and tell me what all is wrong.
I don't know of any other issues than that, so I don't know. Anybody else? Aaron?
No, I mean, there were other issues other than just the white screen thing, and that was taken care of, that I've heard of.
Okay, question there coming in, Carly. When will the indicator be available to VIP members?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be recording a video series teaching how to use MD4 so people can actually get the indicator installed. Otherwise, there's no point to giving the indicator out since it's an MD4 indicator. It'll show them how to set it up, and that's when we'll make it live, because improper use of the indicator could cause significant problems. And that's why we're going to put out these videos and announce it at the event. And I'm going to hold 2 webinars here as well over the next 2 weeks on different trainings for Options Domination. I'm going to cover some of this there as well. And then that's when we'll put the indicator back there and everybody can start using it pretty much right away.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Question from David Munn. In the OD training, we are told not to get emotional, take the trade and move on. Don't even look at it. In the live trading sessions, can this be applied so we can get more than 2 trades, possibly 4 if they're split per 2-hour session?
No. One of the reasons why I have lowered, I actually specifically had the number of trades being issued during the live sessions. I had that lowered a little bit. One, because we do want the constant monitoring of the trade and issuing of any split prices that needs to be put out there. The other thing is we actually do not want people to have more than 1 or 2 active trades at a given point in time, especially with the live trading sessions, because we don't want people to risk too much of their account balance at the same time. Now, on one level, a lot of the users go, well, 2 signals plus maybe 1 or 2 trades, 1 or 2 splits for the trades is too small, it's too little. In reality, if that is all you did, and you had a 72% win rate, which is, we are actually slightly above that right now, but if that is all you did was those 2 to 3 signals every day for the course of a month, your account, this is a mathematical fact, not a guarantee of return, but mathematically your account would increase by roughly 74% over the month. That means you would have generated, if you had a $1,000 account, you would have generated $740 in profit. Now, that to me seems like an extremely good way to go about it. Not instead of going about it in a way of, let me see how many trades I can get. You need to be focused more on what is a good, safe return that I can generate, and that's what we are after as well. And also, we're in the summer right now when there's naturally lower liquidity in the market, and so therefore we have less number of trades issued anyway. And later down the road, you can see quite a few more trades as well.
Do you think that people they see the big numbers and they try and rush to the profit too fast?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Yeah. Do you think that people get involved in something like options domination or binary trading? They see the huge numbers that other people are trading with, and they try and put in too much money or force it and take too many trades too quickly.
Yes, that's actually majority. Here's the weird part, right? So in most systems, the training of the system is about how to use it the best way possible, how to use it as much as possible. Most of the training in options domination is about how to control yourself and not do as much as you can. It's more about how to trade as little as possible because you want to be effective, and how to trade with your lowest possible balances so you're doing it safely. And I give some very specific guidelines on that. We have some mathematical figures behind it. We show all that stuff. But yes, there is the concern. One of the concerns that I had with Facebook, and Aaron and others have done an exceptional job managing it. One of my concerns with Facebook was that somebody makes a post, I just made $10,000 profit today, because there are people who are doing that, and other users go, oh, I should be doing that too. Let me see if I can get a bank loan, or let me see if I can use my credit card, let me see if I can get something from a relative. And you should not do that. You should only use what is a very, very, very comfortable amount that you can trade with without jeopardizing anything in your life. It doesn't matter if you start with as little as $100. You can grow that over time. Okay, it's better to do that than to start out with $10,000 and lose it. So just try and control yourself. Be as unemotional about it as you can be. Take as few trades as possible that you're absolutely certain about. Don't try and jump in on a trade that you're undecided about. Don't try and take trades that you don't know about. Just, I mean, all the common sense stuff. It's really, really common sense stuff.
Yeah. I'll bring the girls on. Go on. Oh, sorry. Kenya, go on.
Hitesh, when you talked about the echoing, sorry. When you talked about the white screen being fixed, right when you said that, some people messaged me to let me know that they're still getting that white screen when they're trying to purchase the IDP package, and they really want to get it, so they're wondering when that part of it will be fixed. They cleared cookies, they've done everything.
Yeah,
so.
that's fine. I believe you, and I believe them that they've done all those things. I'll take a look at it again. It's fine. Some of these things. Here's another critical thing why we want to the community side of things, right? Because some of these things affect a small percentage of users, right? It might affect 1% of our users, but 1% of users, we are still talking about hundreds, and for some aspects of it, 1,000+ users. So when that happens, it really helps that you have 30 sets of eyes and ears out there who are listening to this stuff instead of just the help desk alone or just us alone. So yeah, I'll definitely take a look at it. Just ask them to open a ticket with their username in there. And sometimes it really helps if they can change your password to something generic like 1234556 and tell us, hey, my password is 1234556. You can go and test my account. And that really helps us identify some of these issues as well. So yeah, please do that, and I will take a look at it right away. And if you don't mind, I see another question on here as well about how can I get the monthly discount. So let me address this part about the discount on the tickets. Okay, so your ticket prices, like we said, will be discounted, right? Now there are 3 ways to get that. Your first method is that when you buy the yearly version of Instant Domination, you basically get that back. Okay, that's on the yearly version. The other option you have is when we release the all-in-one pack in about 6 weeks with all the Amazon automation, that'll have Monopoly, Genesis, Unleashed on there together. You can get your ticket price off of that. Now, both of those are obviously very expensive things to purchase. So I don't expect a lot of people to do so. This is simply an opportunity to do so. On top of that, you can also get that same ticket price discounted off of your transactional fees when you get the credits that you'll be using to pay your transactional fees. So no matter what you're doing, as long as you are participating, you will be able to get your ticket price back in one way, shape, or form or another. Okay, so you don't have to buy the expensive packages right away. You don't have to do those things. You can still get that back in many different ways. Okay, so how to get that back using the purchase credits and how to get that back using the transactional credits will all be explained once we're done with releasing our automated ordering system, which is on June 22nd. So we'll release that, and then we will have a whole thing that will explain exactly how to get the ticket price back on your transactional fees. So you don't have to worry about it. If you can't afford to pay a lot of money for the yearly packages, don't. We don't want anybody to try and take a risk, and we don't want anybody to try and put something on credit cards or pay interest or whatever. Don't buy it if you can't afford it. That's totally fine, because you will get that back in a different form down the road. Okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on my questions here. We've got one that says about loading pictures into listings. Is there a right and wrong way to do this? And I guess the new way of creating the listing with the pictures being put in there is the right way of doing it, I guess.
Yes, you're exceptionally gifted at guessing correctly. Because again, this is one of the cases where it's not necessarily a right versus wrong. it's a right versus better, and sometimes it's a personal style. So Jesse is doing very high numbers right now, into six figures of sales every month, and so are many other people, and that's the way he does it. And that's one of the big emphasis that we have is you need to teach the way you're doing it currently, because we know that it's working currently. So that's the way that he's doing it currently, and we actually have all of this stuff reviewed internally by other people who are selling very well as well. And so we all take a look at it together and we say, yeah, this makes sense, this is right, there's no problem with this, let's keep going. Now on top of that, as our automation rolls out, I don't think that would be a big issue anyway, because our automation already takes care of those images, which I think one of the biggest problems people have, the biggest time consuming things, is downloading the image, renaming the image, changing the attributes, uploading the image, and then posting it on your eBay. And now that's basically entirely automated, so you don't have to worry about doing those things. So once we roll that out, I think some of the training is really there for you to know what's happening and for you to know what you can do if you're doing it manually, but it should be primarily addressed by the automation side anyway.
So that's it. You can still do it manually if you want to do that, and you can do it the automated way to swift the process along as well. So I think you've covered your bases there. So have we got any other questions on the comment section down below? If our panelists just refresh it, they might get some more coming through. And Oberon, have you asked these questions that have been posted in the chat here?
Sorry, have I been asked?
Have they been answered on here?
We've had questions about blank screens. One of my team has had a blank screen on her supremacy. I think we've pretty much covered it. I can't see any more questions coming in. I'm just going to check because I'm being messaged them. No, basically people just want to know, what's changed, what's new, what's good for us. I have been asked this. Basically, what should people be doing in the next couple of weeks? We know that obviously the switch has been flipped. We're going live on the 15th with the automation. What does everybody on the panel suggest people do between now and then to get themselves ready? Because some people, I think, are getting a bit confused about what's supposed to happen when. So what should this do now?
Okay, so the first thing they should do is when you log into your back office, you will see a big giant red, kind of pinkish red box that says, please click here to read the latest updates or announcements. When they click on that, you can actually scroll down, and at the very bottom of that page, we have a detailed timeline of when each different aspect is going to roll out. So, for example, the June 15th grace period for yearly IDP ends. That's when the yearly system will be taken down. June 22nd, gift carding and automated ordering will be made available mid-July, managed FP, and so on. So there's a whole detailed timeline also already put out there that can be used to plan around, so you can understand when what will be coming out. Now, if you're looking for the older tools because you want to do stuff manually, just go to Tools and click on Legacy Tools, and that will show you the image management system, the previous Amazon research system, and so on. So you can do that through the Legacy Tools, and you can do all the things that you could do previously. And if there is something that you're missing that you say, I really like this and I don't have that access to that right now, I would really like you to have that available somewhere, I don't see where it is, just open a ticket and let us know, and we can actually make it available in a more blatantly obvious way as well. For example, we got some feedback. People said, I really want to see where my UPC codes are, I don't see them right now. So we're actually going to just add a new page under training, which is going to just say UPC codes, and it's going to have all your UPC codes on there.
And there's another question there as well. Automation, is there an extra charge for it?
No, there is nothing that you pay upfront for any of the automation whatsoever. It is entirely free. The only cost that you would bear going forward, and again, there's a full schedule of that as well as a full breakdown of those costs available in the updates and announcements. You only pay a transactional fee. That transactional fee only comes when you are actually making money using the platform itself. Okay, so if you are not making any money from the platform, then you don't have any fees whatsoever. You only pay a small fee when there is something successfully done. Now, at the same time, that cost also actually scales down as you're more successful. So we want you to be more successful. The faster you hit the different milestones, your cost goes down, and you pay less and less. Further, the way we have it set up, you actually will be, in general, recouping majority of that cost, or if not more than the cost, just using the discounts and the cashback and things like that we have set up for you guys. So again, a very detailed video breaking all of this down will be available when we roll out the automation side, and then you'll be able to see exactly what you need to do going forward. You actually have no extra cost. You don't pay anything up front. All of the costs come right out of your transaction fees, and between the cashback and discounts that we are actually working out for you guys within that process, that should be either a negligible cost or in fact should be a profit for our users.
Okay, will there be an option to purchase IDP using our approved balance rather than having to cancel products and then pay using a credit or debit card?
You do not have to cancel any product. Our system automatically will cancel your other subscriptions when you purchase IDP, so you don't have to first cancel all of them, then go through that process. And regarding the other question, will we be able to pay for using our approved balance? We're going to work on that. Every time we introduce a new product or a new fee, we have to go through our payment processing to get it approved, and there's a little bit of a process to move into approved balance. So we will have that as well. But if you check the box for take out my billings out of my approved balance, then your future IDP billings will be taken out of your approved balance anyway. The very first time you might have to use your credit card.
Anybody else got any more questions?
Yeah, I see 2 questions actually. One is, how do I get IDP if I already have Pro and Elite but not Supremacy? You don't have to do anything for that. You just go and purchase IDP and will disable your Pro and Elite. So that's already handled. And will the automation just load all of our original listings in? You actually have a very simple migration process. It's going to be about 2 different buttons that you're going to press. One is going to deactivate your old listings from our old system entirely, and the second button is going to activate that in our new system. So it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Right. So if you've got any more questions, you better be quick on the messaging system, and I can't see any more. How about you guys on the panel?
I'm good.
Okay.
Nope.
So there's no more coming in. Okay. So I guess.
Why don't we have Nikki and Paris tell us what's so funny? Because they're clearly delighted about something.
We
just want them to share. Yeah, we just want them to share their joy with us. That's all.
Paris is gonna out Nikki on something. Come on.
We're good. No questions over here.
Let go of that man, Nikki.
Put him down. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So let's, I think, close it off there.
This is a side effect of FBA.
Have you got any other details that you want to share, Hitesh?
I actually have to really get going. We have an appointment at the hospital, so I need to leave with my son right now. But this was, I really appreciate you guys having me on here, and we'll do this again sometime. I'm sure this is helpful to the users. As we go forward, we'll have more questions, I'm sure.
Still, yes. Thank you very much, and we'll speak to you soon. I just did that, and it was muted, so sorry about that. Right. Guys, we're going to close it off there. Thank you for joining us this evening or this afternoon, wherever you are. And yeah, we'll definitely do it again. It was really good to share all this knowledge with you. I hope it's given people more inspiration in the UK, especially that might have felt, left out of the family. Now this is absolutely booming, and that's what we wanted to show you, that there is a massive opportunity with DS Domination, and it's only just getting started, really. So any other comments from you guys on the panel? I guess you should sign off. You should sign off with something. So we'll go along the line. We'll leave Oberon to the last because you're UK. So we'll go from the left there. Aaron, what have you got?
Hey, mute out, Stephen. Yeah, I mean, going forward, I'm really excited about what's happening with 2.0. Like I mentioned before, with all the transactions. I'm actually going to get ready to jump back into Amazon FBA and Monopoly as well. So I'm excited about that. I'm really, really excited about the whole community thing where everything's going to be what's working right now. Granted, that's going to be more labor intensive from the company side, but that's okay. There's a big community of us now. So it's good for the user side where there's never going to be any gaps per se or stuff that's behind in the times. Everything is going to be current, cutting edge, and what's working right now. So I mean, I guess that's my parting words for you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, that's cool. One little question down the bottom there. Will there be new lead capture pages? And I know that you're involved with that, Aaron, so you might want to just...
Yeah, I mean, I've been tasked... Well, my voice is really going bad, but yeah, I've been tasked with putting together new lead capture pages with Jesse and new banners for promotion, new email swipes, basically revamping the whole affiliate system where new autoresponder emails, new lead capture pages, new banners, postcard marketing, which I'm not so sure if that's going to work in the UK, but we have a drop business cards also, which work really well if used correctly. So basically everything from an affiliate marketing or a network marketing standpoint for you to build a business on the affiliate side is going to be included there, and we're working on that right now. So that's also something to look really forward to, where everything is going to be revamped. It's both on the Options Domination side and on the DS Domination side, everything that I had mentioned. So growing the business will be easy, whether you're here in the US or abroad, wherever you are in the world.
Very good. Okay, Nikki, what have you got? You got to sign off. What's your inspiring words for the DSD community?
Biggest inspiring words that I can say is take full advantage of all of the awesome training that is back there. A lot of time and effort went into these videos to make sure that you have the most up-to-date, most accurate information to get your business rolling. So the worst thing that you could do at this point in time is to not utilize it, not to take action on it, to let the momentum of the event and the rollout of 2.0 just drive right on by you without actually taking action on it. So our biggest thing is take action. Don't just sit and procrastinate. You won't make anything by procrastination, but you will make, strides in your business by actually taking action. So that would be mine.
Yeah, I mean, when you're doing the business, obviously take it seriously, but have fun so it doesn't become mundane. As a couple, we sort of patented ourselves behind Kenya and Alessandro, and I appreciate that. And we just need to understand that business is not all work. If you don't make it fun, then it's just like working a normal job, going to the normal job and being in the rat race. You don't advance unless you mix a perfect, healthy. Exactly. You got a healthy mix of both business and pleasure. So just have fun doing it, because this is fun to do, guys. It really is. We're having a ball, as you can see.
Yeah, we did see, but you didn't share us what it was all about.
Yes, you told me now. It was let me say, she said it by face, was going to beat me up.
We'll stop there then. And Kenya, departing words for the community?
I would say keep your eye. This is more of a practical, like, step that you should take. Keep an eye on that box when you first log into DSD that says, here are the latest updates. Because if you read that, a lot of these things will become more clear to you, and that's going to be something that's updated as well as things change. So always check there before you panic about anything or before you write into the help desk or whatever, because your answer might be right there. And have fun. That's it. I'm done. Alessandra's not here, and nobody else is talking. And
It's because I was muted. I was actually talking, but I'm not used to muting myself. Matt, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still out here. I'm still out here.
Okay.
So first of all, yeah, I thought this was our best opportunity ever to make fun of Hitesh when he's not here to reply, but none of you guys did, so I don't want him to come back at me later, so I won't either. But parting thoughts, I guess, just glad everyone enjoyed the event, and you know what they all said, go watch the videos, go put up some listings, and go make some money, and we'll see you all at the next one.
Yeah, very cool. Oberon, Inspire the UK.
Other than the fact that I went all the way to Dallas to throw tea bags at Hitesh and threaten him a bit. What I will say is that obviously we're in a period of massive change right now. Keep an eye on your back office, because that's where everything you need to know is. So before you put your support ticket in and get hold of your upline and scream and shout on Facebook about something, make sure you go into that back office, make sure you've watched the new training, you've seen the red bar, and above all, get cracking. Don't wait. Just familiarise yourself with the training right now. As you heard from Hitesh, you need to be getting yourself familiar with the new procedures. Don't freak out about, well, I don't know how this is going to affect me in the future. Don't freak out about all that stuff. Just crack on. Get sorted out. Make sure that use this time productively. Okay, we've got 2 weeks until automation happens. So me personally, I'm going to be sitting there and I'm going to be trimming my listings. Like I heard, I think it was Matt that was talking about that at the, it was Matt talking about it. Trim your listings, get rid of the dead wood right now. It's a really good time to look at your business, look at where it's going and say, okay, this cat scratching post has not sold in forever. I'm going to get rid of that. Use this time productively instead of just freaking out about change. Okay, so sort your listings out. Make sure that you're running your business well. Make sure you've got your back office and your admin stuff sorted out. And then when the 15th hits, hit the ground running, get cracking, because I am not being on my own. Well, apart from Terry and Matt, I am not being on my own at the next event. Hell no. Come on, the Canadians beat us this time, guys, in the UK. There were more Canadians than Brits. It's not happening, okay? Again, there was only 3 of us. Come on. Start putting some money away, get to the next event, because if I'm on my own, I'm going to cry and nobody needs that. So, get sorted out, aim for the next event, build some business, because then, we can all hang out in somewhere cool that's not Grimsby.
Yeah, not Grimsby. Very good. Well, I don't need to say any more than that. I think Matt said that he took a scratching post down as well. So maybe it's not what it's all cracked up to be. So we'll see you guys on the next Hangout. Thank you for joining us. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed it. Everybody wave.